The biggest lie you have ever heard is that change must be big to matter. Travis believed this lie for 24 years, and it almost ruined him. Travis lived in a small room that felt more like a cage than a home. It was full of things he had started but never finished. These objects were like ghosts of his failure. In the corner sat an old guitar with 2 broken strings and a thick layer of gray dust. He had bought it years ago, promising to play like a star, but he gave up after 3 days. In his closet were running shoes that still looked brand new. They still smelled like the store because his feet had never hit the pavement in them. He lived his life through a small, glowing phone screen. Every night was exactly the same. He would lie in bed in the total dark. The cold blue light of the phone made his eyes feel red and dry. He would scroll for hours and hours. He watched people his own age driving fast cars or living in big houses. He watched guys with perfect muscles giving speeches about working while the world sleeps. He was not happy for them. He just felt empty. Every success story he saw felt like a heavy stone on his chest. He felt like he was standing still while the world moved past him on a fast train. Every morning his chest felt heavy. He wanted to lose 30 pounds because his clothes felt tight. He wanted a job that paid more money. He wanted to be brave enough to look people in the eye. But the mountain looked too high, so Travis did nothing. He was scared that his best was not good enough. He stayed in the dark, scrolling his life away and waiting for a miracle. One Tuesday, Travis looked in the mirror and hated what he saw. His eyes were dull and his spirit was broken. "I cannot live like this anymore," he whispered to the quiet room. He decided to change everything in one single day. He spent the whole night watching motivational videos on the internet. He watched people screaming about no excuses. His blood felt hot. He felt a fake sense of power. He thought, "Tomorrow I will be a new man." He went to the store and bought expensive, healthy food. He joined a gym. He set his alarm for 4:30 a.m. He promised to start his new life with a long run and 4 hours of hard work. Day 1 was okay because he was excited. He ran until his lungs burned and worked until his head spun. He felt like a winner. But on day 2, the excitement was gone. His body hurt so much he could barely walk. He was tired, grumpy, and very hungry. By day 3, he completely quit. When the alarm went off, he did not think about his dreams. He only wanted his warm, soft bed. He hit snooze and went back to sleep. When he finally woke up at 10 a.m., the shame was worse than the muscle pain. "See?" the voice in his head said. "You are weak. You are average. Don't try again." Travis went back to his old life. He ordered a large pizza, opened his phone, and started scrolling again. He believed change was just too big to handle. A few weeks later, it was raining very hard. Travis sat at a bus stop, waiting for a ride to a job he hated. He had no money and no hope. He looked at a small hole in the dirt where a puddle was forming. He watched a single drop of water fall from a pipe. Drip, drip. The puddle did not appear all at once. It was built one tiny drop at a time. If the pipe had broken and dumped 100 gallons at once, the water would have just splashed away. But these small drops stayed. They grew. He remembered his grandfather's words. "You don't try to build a giant stone wall in one day. You just put one stone down as perfectly as you can. You do that every morning, and soon you have a wall." Travis opened the calculator on his phone. He had heard of a rule called the 1% rule. It said if you get just 1% better every day, the results grow very fast. He did the math. $1.01 raised to $365 equals $37.78. If he could get just 1% better every day for a year, he would be 37 times better. He didn't need to be a hero today. He didn't need to run a marathon. He just needed to find one small thing to be 1% better than yesterday. The mountain didn't look so high anymore. He didn't need to jump to the top. He just needed to take one small step. The next morning, Travis did not wake up at 4:30 a.m. He woke up at 7:25 instead of 7:30. 5 minutes. That was his 1%. He did not try to run 3 miles. He knew he would quit. Instead, he put on his shoes and walked to the end of the street and back. It took 4 minutes. His brain said, "This is a waste of time." But Travis said back, "It is better than doing nothing. It is my 1%. The next day, he read 1 page of a book, just one. The day after that, he cleaned the top of his desk. He threw away the trash and organized his pens. Weeks went by. The 1% started to add up like bricks. The 5-minute walk became a 10-minute jog. The 1 page of reading became 10 pages. The clean desk became a clean room. Travis was no longer the guy who quits. He was the guy who shows up. He was building momentum. He realized that successful people weren't magic. They just did their 1% for a long time. 6 months passed. Travis looked in the mirror and smiled. He stood tall, his shoulders were back, and his eyes were focused. He looked like a man with a purpose. This did not happen from a miracle. It happened from 6 months of small, daily choices. By reading 5 pages a day, he had finished 12 books. By jogging a little bit every day, he had lost 25 pounds. By practicing a computer skill for 20 minutes a day, he had built a great portfolio of work. He was not average anymore. The voice in his head was now a coach. It did not say, "You can't." It said, "Just do the next small thing." He felt confident because he kept his promises to himself every single day. 1 year later, Travis went to a big office for a job interview. A year ago, he would have been too scared to even try. In the lobby, he saw a young man looking at his phone. The boy looked lost and sad. He looked exactly like the old Travis. Travis felt empathy, but he was not that person anymore. In the interview, he was calm. The bosses asked how he learned so much while working another job. Travis looked them in the eye and said, "I stopped trying to be the best. I just started trying to be 1% better than I was yesterday, and I did not stop for 365 days." The bosses were impressed. They saw a man who was consistent. They saw a man they could trust. Travis got the job, but the money was not the true victory. The victory was the man he had become. He had built his own value, 1 brick at a time. Most people spend their lives waiting for a big break or a miracle, but the perfect moment never comes. The only thing that is real is today. Stop looking at the top of the mountain. It is too high and it will make you want to quit. Look at your feet. Find your 1%. If you want to write a book, write 1 paragraph today. If you want to be healthy, do 5 push-ups on your floor. If you want to be smart, read 1 page of a good book. It won't feel like much today. You might feel silly. Do it anyway. While everyone else is waiting for a miracle, you will be building your own power. You will be laying your bricks. The distance between the life you have and the life you want is not a giant jump. It is 1,000 tiny steps. You don't need to be the best in the world. You just need to be 1% better than the person you were when you woke up this morning. What is your 1% today?